Hi, my name is Roy Tennant. I'm a Senior Program Officer here at OCLC Research in San Mateo, California. Really happy to be able to introduce Max Klein to you, who is our new Wikipedian in Residence. The Wikipedian in Residence program, as created by my colleague Marilee Prophet, is a 3-month paid internship where Max can help us connect library collections and services to Wikipedia. So Max, why don't you start by giving us a little bit of your background?
Right, well, let me tell you about the pertinent history of who I am and why I'm here. I started off as an undergrad, and at that point I was teaching a class on piracy at Berkeley, and I was contacted by the Wikimedia Foundation to see if I'd like to participate in the pilot program of the Public Policy Initiative. And I didn't really give it too much thought. It was just another email clustering up, preventing me from going outside. 10 seconds more time. But then that weekend was Sunday, and I was sort of like in my bed reading Wikipedia as I normally did, and I thought, well, at that point I became mindful of the fact that I sit in bed on Sunday and read Wikipedia, and perhaps...
That's sad.
It's sad. It's really sad, actually. I shouldn't even joke about it. But at that point I thought, let's take advantage of the sadness of this and turn it into a positive. So then I became really involved in the Public Policy Initiative, which has now morphed into the Global Education Program that Wikipedia runs to sort of involve universities into making assignments that involve Wikipedia. Instead of writing term papers, people will write Wikipedia articles, and by which Wikipedia gets higher quality articles, and there is more editorship because a lot of undergrads find they actually enjoy writing for Wikipedia and therefore are converted into Wikipedia editors. And so that's the program I came through from. I've been looking for more opportunities to aid Wikipedia and its mission, and in other ways where I can connect it, because it's basically a very good force, in the coming open access movement and in sort of philanthropy in general, I think.
Great. Well, I think your involvement with the piracy program explains why you're dressed as a pirate on your Wikipedia page, which, by the way, you really need to go look at.
Cuts are short.
Yeah, exactly. So, Max, what are some of the ways in which you think we can work together to connect users who, as we all know, often start at Wikipedia, all the way through to the resources the libraries hold, which are often what are cited by Wikipedia articles, so they can do deeper research?
Right. I think that your point is exactly right, that there's a shift, right? The classic lines beforehand have been, Wikipedia is not reliable, and I can't trust it. And more now you're hearing the response that Wikipedia is always given to that, which is Wikipedia is never meant to be the be-all, end-all of all resources, but it's actually maybe not a bad place for you to get a good overview of something. And now I hear more people turning from the skeptical, critical view to saying that, it has its purpose. And that purpose is for starting. The real way to finish a research is the way that we've always been doing it, which is sort of at the library and, sort of deep couple of coffees and, long nights in the stacks. And that is still the right place to end it. And the question is, having the libraries being the best place to end it, and the Wikipedia being the best place to start your research, how can we put those together so that people can have a nice connection, a nice streamlined workflow through all those things? And that's the point of the Wikipedian Residence Program with respect to libraries, is to connect people so they can naturally flow through from start to finish in their research.
Exactly so. And you've only been here for 10 days, right? Even fewer if you don't count the weekend. And we've been filling your head full of library acronyms and knowledge about the data that we hold. Do you see opportunities there in using some of those data resources in kind of machine processable ways to integrate library data more deeply within Wikipedia?
I think that there are a lot of ways to do that. One of the things I think a lot of people will be surprised to find is that Wikipedia, despite its sort of ubiquity, is actually very quite handcrafted, and there's not that much machine. The majority of it, despite maybe a couple of bots that run on it as well, and a lot of it is sort of just done by hand, sort of painstakingly, and that's masked by the fact that it's crowdsourced and so many people do it at once. But having more data in there would certainly be really good, just simply because it's only an encyclopedia and it's not the comprehensive source. It's sort of a skim off the top, in most topics. Wikipedia itself is making a move to a more semantic data structure. I think you're going to see that a lot in the up-and-coming projects that it's unraveling, and also some of the efforts that have already been made by the volunteers. For instance, info boxes are a really good way to look at that. And so a lot of that information that's been coming there is starting to become, that you see in Wikipedia, is structured, and the structure is the skeletal framework that still needs a lot of meat, in this analogy, or sort of ligaments, or whatever we want to consider OCLC as having and WorldCat as having. And those are really good, not necessarily vacuums, but they're really good opportunities for the bibliographical records that OCLC has to sort of be merged and utilized in that context.
Excellent. Well, I hope that we can check in with you as the internship progresses. Is there any final words you'd like to say about this opportunity, or anything that you foresee coming down over the next few months as you do this internship?
Sure. Okay, so I think that I'm extremely excited, because if you look at the Wikimedia Foundation as well as OCLC, you'll see that they align on at least two sort of very important aspects. One is that they're sort of non-profit, and the second is that they have very similar missions in terms of getting information to a broad population, sort of education, and sort of access to that education. So I think that they are very natural suitors for one another in that respect. And I wanted to leave you with a question.
Sure.
How cognizant are libraries of being left behind through the digital revolution, and how much do you think that libraries are staying ahead of the curve necessarily in trying to digitalize and modernize their services?
Well, I think certainly the libraries that we interact with, that we serve, are very aware of both the challenges and opportunities of digital information. And I think that our role as a service organization of those libraries is really to help lead the way. And that's what we're trying to do. And one of the ways in which we're trying to do that is by bringing you on board and really connecting their collections and services more deeply into the web that has become the internet. And obviously, as Wikipedia being a major entry point into research, it makes a great deal of logic that libraries are better connected into that entry point.
Right.
So you're a key part of our strategy here to help libraries.
Right. I definitely think that's right. It's that the library by itself, the library with partnerships is much stronger than the library alone.
Exactly, and that's what OCLC is all about.
Great.
So thank you very much, Max.
Thank you very much, Roy.